Hello and a very warm welcome at the HCLTech Pavilion here in Davos. We're sitting here at the HCLTech AI Lounge, where we're showcasing the best that we have to offer from an AI perspective. We have David Haigh, the CEO and the founder of Brand Finance, and Zulfia Nafees, Global Head of Brand, AI Marketing, as well as Ecosystem Marketing. All right, David, let me start with you. Now, every year, I know your organization does a lot of hard work, due diligence, and analyzes all the brands in the world, including the IT services industry. And you publish the top 25 IT services report. I want to understand your perspective about the results this year. How has the health and the momentum of the industry been in comparison to last year?
Well, I would describe this year as a stable year. Last year, there was actually quite a lot of growth built into the forecasts. And I think that was very hot expectation about the level of growth that was going to flow from AI and other developments. In the year, I think the expectations have slowed down a bit, which is one of the reasons why the growth rate is not so high. So generally speaking, our brand values and corporate values are flattish. But what that does is mask some going up, some going down.
Fantastic. I think good that you brought the point of AI. Last year, there was a lot of hype around AI, and a lot of brands, were leveraging AI to differentiate themselves. This year has been the year of, AI implementation, experimentation, and really kind of seeing the real impact from AI. So what do you think brands are thinking about now? What is their strategy in terms of differentiating them in terms of AI?
The way I would characterize it is that at the lower end of staffing, AI is making people redundant or less necessary. But at the higher end, it's more necessary to have people really know what they're doing. Now, that would be true in most businesses, but I think it's also true in the IT services business, that there are some of your competitors, I think, who've been laying people off, because at the lower end, they are being made redundant, whereas at the top end, you capture market share by really showing that you understand how to implement.
Just building on that point, Zulfia, I know you wear multiple hats, of brand as well as AI. And it's such an interesting topic to discuss from a differentiation perspective. Now, tell us, how is it that, HCLTech is able to make AI more believable? Not just as a capability, but as a brand differentiator.
I think the first point is, first of all, you don't look at AI or don't position AI as a technology tool or a platform, right? You look at it as a solution to a very specific and meaningful customer or business challenge. So first, you gotta have that very clear as a positioning. Then you overlay your brand on top. And for us, our brand, obviously, not speaking to the choir, Abhishek is our senior leader in brand, but talking to the general audience, our brand positioning is supercharging progress. So when we wanted to go to market with AI, we wanted to be as close to this promise as possible so that we are very closely aligned between business and brand. And so we came up with the line, a GTM line called AI that delivers ROI, because supercharging progress is about action, orientation, outcome, results. And here is a line that actually is promising that in the AI business. So first you position it correctly, then you overlay your own brand, a larger brand positioning over it. And then you underlay it with a lot of very action-oriented articulation, experiences, storytelling, believability, right? Because that's what our brand stands for. So really balancing the two, the business, what the clients want, but also ensuring very tight alignment to the overall brand. I guess that's one way to continue to hold true to what we are and differentiate ourselves.
Fantastic. It's a fascinating positioning and strategy to take in the market. Thanks for that, Zulfia. So David, we touched upon the results for this year. And when you look at HCLTech's results, we realized that, we've been stable. So from a brand valuation perspective, we continue to remain the 8th most valuable IT services brand. But from a brand strength ranking perspective, we seem to have moved one rank up. So what do you make of that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think a general point about HCL, and HCL in both its forms, is that it's clearly a strengthening and focusing brand. It's had a brand refresh. You're clearly developing the products and services that you're selling. You're in a very, very strong position, I would say. And our results, although they show a relatively stable position, I would say it's a stable position expressing strength, because there are some players further down the table that are not doing so well. In fact, they dropped it. And the question really is, why do some brands strengthen over time and increase in value over time? And I would say that the primary reason is you have to be really good at what you do. You have to be better than your competitors. And in IT services, which is highly competitive, it takes quite a few years. It's incremental growth year by year. And what we have seen is incremental growth in terms of your offering to the market and your brand strength, which gradually overhauls the competition. And I think AI is one of those disruptors, which has had a particularly big effect.
I do want to ask you a bit about brand, and you played multiple roles, within HCLTech for so many years and in your career. And now you're playing multiple roles across ecosystem, AI and brand. What do you think it really takes for a brand to endure over a period of time?
I think the strongest brands are one who stay very close to the center, the epicenter of what they believe in, the brand purpose, right? Trends come and go. I mean, obviously AI is new and it's going to stay very, very relevant for, unprecedented or many years, right? But then there's going to be quantum. And then there's going to be what Ray Kurzweil calls a singularity, so on and so forth, right? Trends come and go, technologies come and go, but you have to be very, very clear about what you stand for. And that signature, what I call as the brand signature, is what will differentiate you in any era and keep you steady. So if it is quantum, well, HCL delivers it in a certain way, what brand stands for. If it is AI, HCL delivers it in the same way. So for AI, like I said, while our brand positioning supercharging progress, we've brought a GTM line of AI that delivers ROI on action orientation and result orientation. When quantum comes to time, I'll be very clear and very close to that same promise, positioning and purpose.
Yeah.
So brands who remain true to that little, that center of their universe, the spine of what makes them, are the ones that are resilient.
Well, thank you, David. You've always been a trusted and a valued partner for us, and looking forward to the continued collaboration and partnership. And again, Zulfia, David, thank you so much. Wish you a great week ahead in Davos.
Thank you.